Hi, my July 27th birthday babies. Come on in, because this video is all about you. And with that being said, today I'm guided to remind you that any video that is about you is also about everyone else. And that is because the more you work on yourself, you being here right now and wanting to know more about yourself, to develop yourself, indirectly affects everyone around you and everyone you come in contact with. So the universe recognizes that you are here right now, and you could easily be watching something else. You could easily be succumbing to all the fear mongering that is going on in our world right now, but you're here in this peaceful place that we've created here for you to learn a little bit more about the people born on your birthday and to get some advice. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to be reading you a profile from the Secret Language of Birthday book. This is a classic here. I'm going to give you a little advice that you can meditate on after the video. And because I'm intuitive, I'm going to allow myself to channel any energies that I feel you need to hear. And that was one of them, that anything you do to better yourself indirectly affects everyone you come in contact with. And right now, in the state of affairs that our world is in, it's really easy for you to succumb to peer pressure, to helping other people when you can't even help yourself. So it's really important that you recognize when you have the energy to help others and when you need to take a step back and refill your own cup. Okay, so get yourself to higher ground before you go out and try to help other people. Okay, that's a message specifically for you guys. I haven't gotten that message in all the other readings that I've done. So let that marinate and let's get into the reading. All right. So yeah, I try to do everything with this hand because my nail chipped on that side, but that doesn't affect the reading, not at all. So July 27th is the day of the decision makers. Those born on July 27th often find themselves in the position of making decisions for others. This may involve setting up theoretical structures, working organizations, social groups, or leading a family. Those born on this day can become highly adept at handling schedules, deadlines, and personal arrangements of all types. Difficulties may arise, however, when these dynamic planners attempt to make personal or emotional decisions for themselves. Because they so often devote themselves to organizations or perhaps their own career or business, they may have paid too little attention to ordering their own inner house. Much like a plumber who does perfect work for others, but whose own home plumbing is a jury-rigged hodgepodge of improvised parts. That's a lot. I'm going to repeat that again because it ties back into the message I got for you. Because they so often devote themselves to organizations or perhaps their own career or business, they may have paid too little attention to ordering their own inner house. Much like the plumber who does perfect work for others, but whose own home plumbing is a jury-rigged hodgepodge of improvised parts. What did I tell you at the start of the video? Let's get into it. Sometimes the single most difficult decision for July 27th people to make concerns leaving the very entity which they excel at, organizing and serving. Wow, that was really broken up. I'm going to repeat that again. Sometimes the single most difficult decision for July 27th people to make concerns leaving the very entity which they excel at, organizing and serving. Not the least of their problems is their own success, as measured by society standards in this area. Perhaps another organization or company, recognizing their value, seeks to woo them away. More often, the crisis arises when a secondary activity begins to assume primary importance in their life. Not uncommonly, this activity has a strong emotional admixture. It often demands passionate commitment. It is here that these decision makers find themselves beset by unfamiliar ennui. Oh, I've heard this word before, but I don't know what it means. ENNUI, or even paralysis. Fear of giving up or losing the primary activity, or doubts about whether they can perform satisfactorily in the secondary activity keeps them from acting. Many July 27th people, both men and women, have a problem with anger and aggression. Not infrequently, they are physically formidable, even intimidating people. Either they are able to channel such forcefulness, driving their group or solo endeavor to new heights of performance, order, and discipline, or they repress aggressive impulses, which then emerge periodically in a host of sublimated or eruptive forms. Curiously, behind the self-assured exterior of many born on this day, I apologize. I turned off my phone, but I didn't turn off the iPad. Okay, you guys, curiously, behind the self-assured exterior, let me not show you all of that. Curiously, behind the self-assured exterior of many born on this day lies a secret timidity. Wow, I've never heard it described like that. And with its reluctance to let go of deep-seated fears. Thus, the most important decisions July 27 people will ever make will not be for others, but rather for themselves. That of simply making a realistic career decision which guarantees both happiness and success, and or being honest about what type of person they want to meet or remain involved with. Until they acknowledge their true passions in life, both public and private, and make the tough choices necessary to devote their considerable energies to these, they may be fated to stoically hold on to a secure occupation or living situation, procrastinating, rationalizing, and trying to make it work while secretly dreaming of leaving it. Tremendous strength will be needed and required for them to summon up the courage to follow their heart and be honest with themselves. But if they are able to do so, the rewards will be correspondingly great. All right, you all. So, what I felt, first of all, your reading had a lot of like run-on sentences, really long, complex sentences that were needed to get across the complexity of who you are. I'd say that was one of the more difficult readings I've done. Usually I feel that the reading either gave more of the light aspects of the personality or the shadow aspects of the personality, but with you I got a different word. I got complex, and that can have a negative connotation. It can also have a positive one. I love complex. I hate basic. I don't like basic. I like complex. And something else that came up for me, which was, like I said, a lot of it in the beginning was resonating with that message I gave you at the beginning of the video. And again, in this other paragraph where it talked about you having a primary concern and then you kind of getting swept up into this secondary concern because it's got like a strong emotional pull. And that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. It's really easy right now to get swept up in this idea that we have to be helping everyone else. But remember that if you don't have the capacity to help others right now, but you have the capacity to help yourself, right? If you've ever been on a plane, you're always told to put your mask on first. You're of no use to anyone else if you are of no use to yourself. You'll get to that point. Keep working to get yourself to higher and higher ground, to somewhere better, so that when you are able to help people, it's at a much greater capacity than, what you're able to offer today. Okay? And so advice from the book before we go. Face up to your real needs and wants. Don't agonize over personal decisions too long. Try to be honest with yourself. Beware of repressing your true feelings. Mental control can only take you so far. Learn to let go. All right. Well, that was a really complex reading. And if you're watching this on your actual birthday, cheers. And if you know someone whose birthday is coming up, leave me a comment below so that I can give them a shout out on their birthday video. And like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching.